Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Chelsea Woodland with JourneyTEAM, and I'll be your host for today's session. Thanks so much for joining us. If you're here, chances are growth has been good to you, but maybe your systems haven't kept up. New entities, new brands, new regions, and suddenly the thing that used to give you confidence, your numbers, creates doubt instead, and you can't trust your data. Today is about how product companies get back to clarity. All right, now I'm going to
So,
hand it over to Greg.
yeah, I have a couple of companies in mind. I'm just going to try and describe without disclosing who they are or anything because they are absolutely doing better than when we first met them. But I want you to picture a company that has multiple entities. This one I'm thinking about China, Australia, the UK, Europe, Canada, US. They hadn't quite gotten into South America, but I want you to picture your last month-end close. And I'm just drawing some examples of how their month-end close was when I first met them. Um, Not the ideal month-end close, but the real one, the one where you're staying up late at night. There's Teams or Slack messages. There's questions about which spreadsheet is right. Chelsea, you mentioned spreadsheet. There are a lot of spreadsheets, lots of reconciliation. Companies that are successful and have multiple systems and multiple entities, growth is great. It creates momentum, but for many teams, it also creates noise. And today we want to talk about how can we eliminate that noise. Companies that have reporting problems, they really have a structure problem, different chart of accounts, um, different setups, different rules by entity. By the time leadership sees the numbers, the window to act has really already closed. One client told me that their finance team, they said, we feel like more like investigators than true analysts because they're just trying to figure out why the differences. Reconciling instead of advising, for instance. When your best people are chasing inconsistencies, you're paying twice. Once in time because of that wasted effort, and once in missed decisions. Time and making decisions in today's market is really, really important. Legacy ERPs weren't designed for modern multi-entity growth. They assumed static structures, and as soon as you introduce shared services, cross-border inventory, intercompany revenue back and forth, buy sell back and forth between each other. Everything becomes manual or can become manual, and that's the breaking point. So if that is you and you have those inconsistencies, lack of structure, um, then this discussion is going to resonate with you tremendously. So growth is great. And in a healthy multi-entity environment, leadership doesn't ask, is this right? They ask, what do we do next? Where should we go? What business decisions should we make? That's the difference a unified system makes. It shifts the conversation from just validation to actual action. Business Central, capable of being a multi-entity system. It doesn't bolt multi-entity on later. It's foundational. It's built in. Intercompany is where spreadsheets go to die. You can still use spreadsheets. Believe me, it's okay. Spreadsheets for analysis, but to actually run your system and to do the core transactional work, no, we want that to go away. BC automates postings. It helps with eliminations, reconciliation. So teams aren't re-entering the same transaction 3 times just to make sure that the books agree. Even with clean ERP data, insight doesn't happen automatically. The real unlock is when ERP data flows directly into your analytics. So different company I'm thinking about. This company was a growing business. We brought them on a couple of years ago. They had 3 different software systems just to manage finance, inventory, and project tracking. None of them talk to each other, so they did have to do a lot of rekeying of information or using Excel to input data back and forth. Into their controller, decisions just took too long, and was a little bit painful to make decisions. Small mistakes had a way of snowballing into big ones. This is what we mean when we say inadequate systems can inhibit growth. Multiple disconnected systems do slow you down. They force you into workarounds and they make it harder to adapt when things change. Whether it's a supply chain disruption, a new compliance rule, a new tax change, or an unexpected spike in demand, which usually is good. It causes problems, and that multiple systems can inhibit your growth. And the question that we ask is, can you or are you ready for an AI first cloud ERP? Are you at a point where you're getting off a very small legacy system, multiple systems, and ready to jump into a platform that can actually scale and let you grow for many years, decades, as you grow, as your business goes? So another company I'm thinking about, on the surface, it looked like a success story. Steady growth, loyal customers, new products rolling out. They had a good way to design and do new products. But behind the scenes, when you think of that little squirrel in the running machine, it was organized chaos. Finance lived in another one that they lived in outdated accounting software. They'd had their software for a long time. And inventory was tracked in a warehouse system, separate. It was in an old Access database. Orders were logged into spreadsheets. None of it was connected. So they were doing well as a company, but really having to run fast just to keep up. Every time they added a new product line or landed a big customer, it was like purchasing another hole or punching, sorry, no, it was like punching a hole in the boat that they were already bailing out. And data didn't match across systems. Decisions stalled for days because no one trusted the numbers. So it gives me pain to think about it. Accelerate growth by unifying everything. So getting onto a common platform, finance, operations, inventory, customer service, all those records into one system, one source of the truth. It's amazing how that combination into a platform is quiets the chaos. Prepare for the future by weaving AI into everyday work. Boy, have we noticed that over the last couple of years. For instance, Copilot automatically helps reconcile the books. It flags late payments before they happen. It even drafts purchase orders. There are agents now that will help take a PDF and create a purchase order. It's not about replacing people. It's really about freeing them up to focus on strategy instead of just firefighting or the rote transactions that happen every day.
And it's not just about, structured analysis. You can also just have a conversation with it. So if you're not sure how to run a specific report, or you need to find a specific transaction from last quarter, but can't, remember the exact parameters, you can just use natural language to ask the question. What was my top customer last month? What's the balance of this bank account yesterday? These are all just natural language, and you're feeding it into that Copilot prompt. One client told me it felt like a Google for their ERP, but better because the answers aren't generic. They're based on their live data and their processes. So it really is speeding up problem solving and removes the intimidation factor for new users as they're trying to understand and get familiar with the system.